It's frequently overlooked just how much of a manager's style of play might influence a team's performance. A minor shift in a footballer's perspective on the game can have a long-term impact on his performance on the field. A change in position is one of the most popular techniques for a manager to affect a footballer. While this rarely happens, now and again, this shift in perspective proves to be a revelation. Managers in modern football want adaptability from their players. Managers want their teams to be adaptable. Therefore, top-flight clubs desire players who can play several roles on the pitch. However, a few players have succeeded after switching positions, to the point that they're now considered among the best in the game in their new positions. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be investigating 10 footballers who became successful after changing their positions. Before moving forward, kindly like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, all that super fun, invigorating stuff. And let's move on. Number 10, Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale's career took off after moving into a more advanced role at Tottenham. Bale began his Tottenham Hotspur career as a left-back, trailing the Benoit Asso Ekoro in the pecking order. He managed to appear in 24 Premier League games for Spurs without winning a single one, and he was loaned out to Birmingham and Nottingham Forest at different times. During Harry Redknapp's time as a manager at White Hart Lane, he elected to play Bale in a more advanced position on the left side of the midfield during the 2009-10 season. Bale went from a player who was practically regarded as a jinx to a key player for Spurs in a dramatic and almost instantaneous transformation. By 2010 or 11, not only was he shredding Inter Milan's right-handed Maicon to shreds in their Champions League clash, but also starring in the Premier League. Bale effectively changed positions again after Redknapp left, and Andre Villas-Boas took over at Spurs in the summer of 2012. This time playing a free role at the heart of Tottenham's attack. His performances in this role prompted Real Madrid to pay a then world record fee of $85 million for the Welshman. And he hasn't looked back since. And he's really shown at the Bernabeu, winning La Liga once and the Champions League 4 times. Number 9, Thierry Henry. In his Monaco youth days, the now Sky Sports analyst was a striker, contrary to common opinion. Arsene Wenger decided to use his compatriot on the sides as he moved to the first team, with pace being his most obvious strength. When the pair joined at Arsenal in 1999, Wenger restored Henry to his natural role of playing throughout the middle despite changing positions previously. Even though Henry had been retaught the striking technique, it proved to be a pivotal moment for both the club and the player, with Henry becoming the Gunners' all-time leading scorer for 2 Premier League crowns and 3 FA Cups. Number 8, Victor Moses. Many players have attempted and failed to establish themselves at Stamford Bridge since Roman Abramovich took over the club in 2004. Victor Moses, a winger, appeared to be one of many such failures for the 2016-17 season. Moses joined the Blues in the summer of 2012, but due to the club's shifting fortunes and players like Eden Hazard and Juan Mata in the squad, he couldn't secure a starting role. Over the next 3 seasons, loan moves to Liverpool, Stoke, West Ham, they were all unsuccessful, and West Ham even turned down the chance to purchase him permanently. When Antonio Conte arrived at Chelsea at the start of the 2016-17 season, everything changed. Conte was so impressed with Moses during the preseason that he recalled him into the first team. And then he made his first league appearance for Chelsea in 3 years in August. And Moses, on the other hand, gained his stride in October. Conte changed tactics after 2 league defeats, introducing a new 3-4-3 system in which the Nigerian played as a right wing-back and learned new defensive tasks from his Italian boss. Chelsea and Moses both gained a lot of traction simultaneously, and Moses became a major part of Conte's increasingly effective system. Moses appeared in 29 of Chelsea's 38 games, helping them win the title. And since then, the two have reunited and are currently playing for Inter Milan in Serie A. Number 7, Toni Kroos. The much-heralded Real Madrid holding midfielder was not always a beloved character at former teams. After getting into Bayern Munich's first team at 17, Cruz was loaned to Bundesliga rivals Bayer Leverkusen for an 18-month stint. Cruz remained a big part player in Bavaria after his return, operating as an attacking midfielder capable of playing in a broader capacity. With an appointment of Jupp Heynckes in 2011, Cruz's circumstances changed, and he became the first team regular. Real Madrid took advantage of the German international's team predicament, allowing him to effortlessly replace the departing Xabi Alonso and becoming his side's midfield rock. Number 6. Javier Mascherano. Javier Mascherano built his name as a tough tackling, no-nonsense holding midfielder in Argentina. In his early 2000s, he made a name for himself in his native South America, but during his time in the Premier League, first with West Ham and then later with Liverpool, he truly rose to prominence. He played holding midfield for Liverpool for 4 seasons, forming a strong combination with Steven Gerrard and also Xabi Alonso. When Barcelona paid roughly 17 million euros for him in the summer of 2010, it seemed like an odd choice, right? Like a tough tackling midfielder like him didn't appear to fit Pep Guardiola's tiki-taka game plan. And Mascherano acknowledged that he didn't expect to stay at Nou Camp for long, but everything changed in March 2011. It was in the second leg of their Champions League second-round clash, when Mascherano made a critical tackle on Arsenal's Nicklas Brentner, preventing a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Barcelona eventually won the tie 4-3 on aggregate. Mascherano feels that tackle impacted his career, as Guardiola promoted him to center-back position. The veteran Argentine left Barcelona in 2018 following a highly successful tenure in Spain, as he now holds the record for the most caps in his country. Number 5. Sergio Ramos. Real Madrid made it plain how highly they regarded Ramos while he was signed an 8-year contract with the club after arriving from Sevilla for 18.5 million euros. Ramos, who was good with the ball on his feet, thrived when he had the chance to attack from his deep-lying position for both club and country. But it wasn't until 2011 when Real Madrid manager Jose Mourinho opted to shift Ramos to a more prominent role that the Spaniard's true potential was shown. Ramos' adjustment in position was a trigger for his side's recent ascension to the top of European football, with the Spanish giants quickly establishing themselves as a power at home and abroad. Number 4. Robin van Persie. Arsene Wenger chose the bright Dutch youth as their natural heir to Dennis Bergkamp's throne. The 20-year-old arrived in North London as a winger with the ability to score 6 goals in Feyenoord in his final season in the Eredivisie. Wenger decided to play Van Persie in a more central role, alternating as a striker and as a number 10, as he did with Henry. But it turned out that leading the line was the Dutchman's greatest position. He quickly established himself as an indispensable component of Arsenal's starting 6 before being lured away by Sir Alex Ferguson and Manchester United. In number 3, we got Andrea Pirlo. The graceful Italian revolutionized how football spectators viewed a deep-lying midfielder's role. As was customary at the time, a team's most creative player was deployed as far up the pitch as possible, which saw Pirlo play as a number 10 for Brescia. Inter Milan was impressed enough to sign the midfielder, but he failed at the San Siro and was sent back to Brescia, where he flourished as a quarterback under manager Carlo Mazzone. AC Milan persuaded their rival to let Pirlo change his jersey to red and black, resulting in one of football's most famous what-if scenarios. Pirlo was a key member of a Milan club that won 2 Champions League titles. Number 2. Ruud Gullit. When iconic Dutch player Ruud Gullit joined Chelsea in the summer of 1995, he was not only the club's most high-profile signing in the Premier League history, but his positioning also raised a lot of questions. Gullit had enjoyed the incredible success throughout his career with AC Milan, winning the Serie A 3 times and the European Cup twice. Still, he had done so mostly as an attacking midfielder or straight striker. However, he was oddly used as a sweeper for Chelsea. However, the decision turned out to be a sound one, though, because Gullit built a career as a deep-lying midfielder in the Netherlands. And by the time he arrived at Chelsea, he was approaching 33 years old, and his pace had already started to diminish. Another consideration was that his Chelsea boss, Glenn Hoddle, had transitioned from an aggressive midfielder to a sweeper. His career dwindled and helped lowly Swindon Town secure promotion to the Premier League. As a sweeper, Gullit was a huge hit at Chelsea. He was so effective that he was runner-up to Eric Cantona for the Player of the Season award, despite playing in his more usual role as a midfielder at times. At number 1, we got Gareth Barry. Gareth Barry of Everton is best known as a holding midfielder, the player who would mop up rival assaults while his flashier teammates produced the goals and assists. Gareth Barry has been playing in the Premier League for 20 years. He also won 53 caps for England while in his position, most notably during Fabio Capello's leadership from 2008 to 12. Barry has never been known for his speed. Look at his performance in the 2010 World Cup when Mesut Ozil outpaced him one-on-one in England's loss to Germany. So it might surprise many that he began his career at Aston Villa as a left-back. Despite making 32 in 30 Premier League games in his first 2 full seasons, he didn't establish himself as a holding midfielder and one of Villa's main players until around 2004-2005 season. When Barry moved to Man City in 2009, he claimed that Liverpool was also interested in signing him. Nonetheless, he selected City over Liverpool because Mark Hughes promised to utilize him as a holding midfielder, whereas Rafa Benitez wanted him to be a utility player at Anfield. After many job changes, Barry recognized his skills and he wanted to focus on them. So that's about it for today. We hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, share with your friends, all that fun stuff, and yeah, I mean, you could watch other videos of ours if you felt like binging them. But really, who cares what I'm saying right now? Most people have already clicked off. So, later.